let's end with Cenk Uygur, okay? Because guys, look at this tweet. Look at what Cenk did. Dude, look at this. Dude, like, I'm sorry, dude. It is like so hard to take him seriously because, guys, the New York Times has interviewed plenty of pro-Muslim people, okay? They've interviewed Hassan and done pieces about him. They've talked to Mamdani, okay? The New York Times is not like a bunch of whatever bigots. But like the thing that's so funny about this, he says, I dare New York Times to interview me on tape like they did with Tucker Carlson. They'll never do it because they don't want you to hear anyone defending Muslims. Makes it easier to smear them on behalf of Israel. They do Israeli propaganda disguised as news. Obvious bigots. And it's like, no, Cenk. They'll never do it because you're a fucking nobody, okay? Because you are not an important national figure. You're a celebrity camel toe judge begging for clout because you crashed your career, dude. Dude, they're so thirsty. Look at what he says. He's like, I dare the New York Times to interview me, but they won't do it because they're scared of me. Right? And it's like, no, dude, you're a nobody. Dude, he's a nobody. I mean, he's more of a somebody than I am, right? Because he has this like history. But if anything, Cenk Uygur is like, he's like a cautionary tale. That's really what he is. He's a guy who was once at the top of the progressive YouTube political game, and now he's like a non-issue. I mean, dude, he's like a fallen star is what he is. Dude, Cenk Uygur. Cenk Uygur, you ready for this, guys? Cenk Uygur is like the James Woods or the Rob Schneider of progressivism. That's what he is. He is. He's like the guy that used to play to the big room, but now he plays to a small group of people on the side stage at the, right? Dude, where they set up a table with a low table with a carpet over it, and they call it the fucking stage. It's pushed up against the wall. Dude, that's what he is. He is like the James Woods and the Rob Schneider of progressivism, where it's like people are like, yeah, he kind of used to be somebody sort of, but like now, dude, now he's just looking for a home, dude. He's got a little cup that says, you know, we'll politic for money, right? And I mean, dude, there was a time when these guys were relevant. They were very relevant, guys, in 2014. And then they tried to parlay their relevancy into big political power with Bernie. And then they got their hearts broken and they've been on the screaming decline ever since. Dude, we'll polish knobs for money. Dude, you got some money? Oh, come here. Oh. All right, dude, we need a phone call. Yo, Cenk Uygur, please. Yeah, political punk. Yo, Cenk Uygur. Cenk, what's up, buddy? All right, so I'm looking at your tweet. I know, I know. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's genius. You're daring the New York Times to interview you. They'll never do it because they don't want to hear anyone defending Muslims. Well, I mean, I hate to break it to you, Shanky, but they're never going to do it because you're a fucking nobody, boss, okay? I know you could have been a contender, right? You think you're somebody, and you and Ana are like desperately, like you're swinging at every pitch, right? You were trying to hit a homer. But boss, you guys are like camel toe judges, okay? And you did have a big moment in the spotlight. and then you burned it all to the ground. So yeah, no, you're the only thing you're going to be in the New York Times is if they do an expose on like the flatlining of TYT. Like they will write a piece about you when eventually your company goes bankrupt. Yeah, that's coming, boss. Yeah, very soon. And they're going to write about you then, okay? All right, you're a cautionary tale. All right, tell Ana to go fuck herself. All right, you too, buddy. Fuck you. Bye-bye. Dude. You like the phone? Dude, oh shit. What a clown, bro. Dude, this one's funny. Has it not crossed your mind that maybe they don't want to interview you because you regularly scream at or about them all the time and you're generally a rude person? Oh, fuck, dude. Someone thinks they're more important than they actually are. Right? Chill, fat 𝗍𝗍𝗀𝗍. Dude, this guy called him fat 𝗍𝗍𝗍. Oh my God, you're getting way ahead of yourself. No one gives a shit with your fat Jew-hating stupid ass things and your dumbass conspiracy theory. Dude, this guy just really kind of ravaged him, bro. Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, my God. Seriously, you got to wonder if this is somebody's burner account. I think this might be Ana 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗀𝗀's burner account. She's working out some of her own self-hatred in this post right here, dude. Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, shit. That's hilarious. Dude, oh my God. Right? That is funny. Oh, shit, dude. 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 Oh my God, that's so funny. It's because you're a loud, fat, sweaty, shouty, boring dude. Oh shit, that's a good one. A loud, fat, sweaty, shouty, boring turd. Oh my God. This person said, you always say the media hates you, that they say bad things about you. Actually, they barely acknowledge you, but every day, all day, you obsess over the media. I mean, dude, that's pretty accurate right there, isn't it? Because the thing is, guys, as long as I can remember, like Cenk Uygur, after he got fired, like he had his brief stint with MSNBC, and then he got like shit canned. They wouldn't elevate him, and he got all mad. He felt like passed over, but he has continuously been like, they're afraid of me, they hate me, they're out to get me, they squeeze me out. But I literally think they literally just stopped caring about him. They requested he moderate himself if he wanted to be on the network, and he said, fuck you, and they were like, okay, bye-bye. And I don't think they've even thought about him. Like, mainstream media has not even thought about him since, right? They literally were only interested in him because in that moment, he briefly had this, like, wave of virality, and he could have, like, mainstreamed it, but he didn't. He was like, he thought he was bigger than he was all the way back when MSNBC was like even giving him an inch. He thought he was Jimmy Kimmel way back when he had the tiniest bit of like media. He thought he was just like Jimmy Kimmel. And they were like, yeah, no, you're not. You're like, we're just sort of seeing if you pan out, dude. Dude, I think he had a brief flash of like, you know, virality, and they took a chance on him, and they were like, yeah, we're not going to elevate this. And then he got all butthurt, and he's been anti them ever since. Because again, guys, can I just tell you, if we look at Cenk Uygur, the only reason that Cenk Uygur is anti-establishment is because the establishment rejected him. He is just like Donald Trump in that regard. Because Donald Trump became this Republican guy because the Democratic establishment would never have him. They rejected him. All the people that had clout and money and political power were like, ew, get away from me. All the stars, you're just a cheesy, shitty reality TV star. He got completely rejected, and that made him become this anti-establishment, whatever, Republican guy. Cenk Uygur, he got rejected by the establishment, and then he became anti-establishment. But he's not anti-establishment because he really has anti-establishment beliefs. He is anti-establishment because they rejected him. Because the reality is Cenk Uygur will take money from anybody. It could be Polymarket, it could be Hillary Clinton, it could be Bernie Sanders, it could be Donald Trump. He'll take money from anyone. He has no guiding principles. He has no backbone of like, I will never go against this belief. He's literally just bitter that he got rejected by the mainstream. And so that's why his anti-establishment doesn't really take off. Cenk Uygur is just bitter. This guy's a run-of-the-mill, overweight Republican who can't get laid, who's super bitter because he got rejected. And that's it. That's him in a nutshell. Okay? Dude, he would probably take AIPAC money too. I bet he would, right? I bet he would. Maybe he'll have his AIPAC come back, his come up, his AIPAC come up. Dude, one day, dude, he's going to get so low that he's going to take that AIPAC money and then him and fuck. Dude, that'll be Cenk on the come up when he finally takes that AIPAC check. Dude, and then he'll insist, I was never really a Muslim. I just was, Dude. Oh shit, bro. Dude, what a fucking clown, bro. Dude, he really is bitter, dude. He's really mad at the New York Times, dude. Dude, look at him, bro. Polymarket Studios, everybody. All right, thank you, Shanky. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate you. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.